Am I the asshole for causing family drama over a swimming pool? So I know from experience that Reddit isn't the most understanding towards parents of young kids, but I really just want a third-party opinion because this situation is driving me crazy and my family are saying I need to get over it. I F30s live with my partner and our 2 kids, ages 7 and 3. My older sister Ava also F30s and her husband recently purchased a house in the local area. It's a super nice place with a big yard and, as you can probably guess from the title, a swimming pool. Ava recently hosted a barbecue at her place. It wasn't a huge event. She invited me, our parents and our other siblings. She mentioned letting the kids play in the pool, so I only assumed my kids would get to be included. We are potty training, although my youngest is still in diapers at the moment. At the barbecue, I was getting my youngest ready for the pool by changing him into a swim diaper. Ava pulled me aside and told me she doesn't think it's hygienic for my youngest to play in the pool, since swim diapers don't hold pee, and she asked that he doesn't swim in the pool with the other kids playing in it. I didn't think this was fair and told Ava that lots of people, adults and kids, pee in the pool and it would be no different at a public pool, so what's the problem? She was being really condescending and wouldn't listen to me at all and said that he can play in the pool when he's toilet trained, and said it's not fair on the other kids. At this point my son was crying because he wanted to swim in the pool, and I told Ava she was being cold, but it's her house and her pool, so do what you want. Ava accused me of trying to guilt trip her and told me to just drop it. I was getting upset myself at this point and I told our parents and other siblings about what Ava did. They told me it's not a big deal and that it's not worth arguing with her over and try not to let it bother me. I wasn't happy with this because this essentially means they're siding with her and downplaying how she treated me and my son. I left the barbecue early with my family because we didn't feel welcome after that. The next day Ava messaged me a whole paragraphs and said that she's sorry that I'm upset and that she wasn't trying to exclude my son for the sake of it. It was a super non-apology and I told her I don't want to hear it and that she's damaged her relationship with her nephew and she's not the one who had to deal with him being upset. Ava snapped at me out of nowhere and said I'm being dramatic. I told her to grow up and said that I have a very valid reason to be mad, and she needs to stop acting like a teenager. Ava showed these messages to everyone and everything's just a bit up in the air. I feel like I'm right here, but the rest of my family doesn't seem to agree. I'm not going to pass a judgment. But the sister is delusional if she thinks the 7-year-old isn't likely to pee in the pool at some point. You're the asshole. Told Ava that lots of people, adults and kids, pee in the pool and it would be no different at a public pool, so what's the problem? But this isn't a public pool. It's her private pool at her house, and if she doesn't want to risk having someone piss in it, she should be able to make that call without being argued at. Peeing in public pools is gross and wrong too, FYI. She really should have let you know beforehand that only potty-trained kids were allowed in the pool. Of course your kids were going to want to swim, and of course you didn't think it would be an issue. She should have given you a heads up so you could have prepared. Even not knowing this in advance, it's still her pool and you shouldn't have escalated it the way you did. Spoiler alert, someone still pissed in the pool that night. And it was probably an adult. You're the asshole. Not sure why peeing in the pool is considered okay by a lot of people, but it's fucking disgusting and your sister has a right to say no. You're the asshole. I get your point about the pool and about kids peeing in the pool without a diaper. However, your sister has every right to draw that line. And even if the swim diaper holds the poop, the kids still might poop in the pool. Ultimately, you're continuing to escalate this situation. You can explain to your son that the pool is for potty-trained kids. You need to accept that your sister doesn't want kids who aren't potty-trained in her pool, which is absolutely okay. And you need to get over it instead of holding on to it. You're the asshole. Have you ever seen a kid have an accident in a swim diaper? I have. Nasty brown shit water is surrounding the child. The pool then needs to be drained and sanitized. And then saying she's damaged her relationship with her nephew, please, he won't remember. You need to get your entitlement in check. I'm going against the majority and saying ESH. Yes, it's her pool, her rules. I fully agree there. However, Ava did tell OP that the kids would be able to play in the pool. She never said she meant only potty-trained kids. This really comes down to a lack of communication on everybody's end. OP could have handled the situation by trying to find a compromise instead of getting angry. Could the 3-year-old have sat on the pool steps and splashed around without fully going in the water? Info: was she aware before the day of that your child was not toilet trained? You're the asshole, you act like it's normal to pee in pools. Your sister put a very sensible boundary. You're acting entitled. Esh. You are right that other kids are for sure peeing in the pool. But it is her pool and she can decline anyone going into it that she likes. I think you are both being overdramatic. Capital O. And everyone needs to move on. The boy will be potty trained soon enough. Don't ruin a relationship over some PP. Lots of people, adults and kids, pee in the pool. Yeah, but she's well within her rights to ask that people not pee in her pool, and also to ask people who can't help but pee in the pool to please not use it. That doesn't make her an asshole. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. Pissing in a pool is gross. It's gross when it's in a public pool, it's gross when it's in a private pool. All the people that say but there are chemicals to clean it, piss in a cup, then ask how much chemicals need to be added to the cup before they would dump that glass of piss on their head. It's just fucking gross. She wanted to keep her pool clean of your little piss machine. Frankly, after you made your thoughts on it known, I wouldn't have let your other kid in the pool either. My pool isn't for pissers. ITT nobody that knows how a pool works. While these comments really do prove that Reddit does not sympathize with young children or parents of young children. Swim diapers exist for a reason. If you use a reusable swim diaper and a single-use one, you're good. They also have a filtration system in their pool, and I'm sure there is chlorine. In my opinion, they are overreacting and should allow a 3-year-old to swim. Kind of a dick move on their part to let everyone swim in front of a 3-year-old and not let them. I'm honestly shocked by the comments. I'm saying not the asshole sister should have told you the rules in advance. At least then you could have had time to prepare your child for not being able to swim with the others. Springing on you at the last minute literally as you're getting the child changed to swim, that's an AH move. I'm going to get downvoted, but you're the asshole. It doesn't matter what disgusting things people may do in a public pool. She has every right to not want urine in her pool. You should have dropped it once you knew her response was no. You shouldn't have gone tattling to family. You don't ever have to accept an apology, but you were being dramatic in this situation and she wasn't the one choosing to act like a teenager. Sorry, gonna disagree with the others. Not the asshole. I'm assuming your sister has never taken her kid to a public pool, friend's pool, lake. She should have said something beforehand. Waiting until the kid was getting ready to swim with all the other kids is an AH move. How TF did she imagine the rest of the barbecue would go with a 3-year-old completely sidelined while all the other kids have a blast? You had every right to call her out, and pack up your family and go. Don't frigging plan a family event where all the kids will be invited to enjoy the pool except one. I am flabbergasted by these comments. Imagine inviting a 3-year-old to a pool party and telling him he can't swim, he can watch the other kids. WTF. If I knew one of my children wouldn't be allowed to swim, I never would have brought them to a pool party. She should have told you that in advance and let you choose to go or not bring it up after the kid has his swimsuit on and is ready to swim. Very much not the asshole, and anyone who votes different clearly does not have